Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Real KMGH. Well, this is actually on the channel, the Real KMGH on YouTube, but you can call me Keegan Knox. Okay, so today I'm doing something that is totally out of what I normally do because I normally do games, films, and series and anime. But what am I talking about today? Well, I'm going to be talking about Cape Town Seapoint and the fact that there is something that happens every Sunday in Cape Town at Seapoint Promenade is a park off. Okay, I'm gonna play this little video over here. So basically, what is a park off, dude? There are car communities here in South Africa. Okay, here in Cape Town. Okay, and everybody is a fan of they're cool car. People put money into the car, make it look cool. There's stance cars, there's performance cars, and all that stuff, as you can see right here in this video. Okay, but one thing is that normally, from what I found out, I'm not a car dude. I like cars, but I'm not into the whole, die, ride or die. Okay, this is not Fast and the Furious. Okay, but these guys go to a specific parking lot in Seapoint, and they all park there with the all little fancy and old, cool aesthetic cars. And what do they do? Well, nothing really. These people don't do anything on a Sunday. They park off. People be like, "Wow, the car looks really nice. I like it," and that's it. And what mostly happens is at a scene like this, where they have parkers, where they park the cars and they chill for a couple of hours, is actually where people start doing drugs. Boom. That's actually what I wanted to say. This is a car community where everybody just gets together, and it's supposed to be where they get to show off the cars and where they get to, maybe also meet a few couple of people as well, new friends. But what mostly happens at these car parkers that happens on a Sunday, every Sunday, is that there are drugs that is being used, not being sold. Okay, drugs that are being used. Maybe they are sellers. Okay, maybe they are dealers there. Like, oh, dude, I don't have this. No, I'm just going to that guy over there. Yes, yes. Okay, it's possible. Okay, but one thing is for sure: everybody, or almost everybody, has drugs on them and are about to be using drugs at these park-offs. Now, what drugs am I referring to? I'm mostly referring to weed. Okay, these people bring the oka or the hookah, and they smoke the hookah, and there are those that bring blunts and all these other apparatuses. Okay, it could be weed, it could even be dab as well. But I'm sure, and there's also people that vape, but I'm sure that it doesn't just stop there. I'm sure that there is also other kinds of drugs that are being taken. I'm sure that there's cocaine. I'm sure that there's something else. But you know what really, those that are involved in this kind of lifestyle with the parkovs and the smoking of the weed and all of these drugs would also be that there's a lot of youngsters that are also with those that come to the parkhouse. Okay. Now the guys that drive the cars, they could be whatever age. Okay. But they also have friends, and these friends could also be young. These friends could also be your children. Speaking of those people of Cape Town, of course. So this is a place where drugs can be sold and where drugs can be used and is used, to be honest. I drove past there on Sunday. Okay, I just want to click to the next word. Boom. I drove past there on Sunday. And to be honest, all I smelled was weed. Dude, I'm driving past, and all I can smell is not even the tires burning, but weed. Okay? Some drugs, a lot of drugs, you can't really smell. Okay? That's the other thing. Specifically, the location of this beach is right over here. Okay? It is on Beach Road. It is also with the Seapoint Promenade, right there where you can find the Seapoint Geological Memorial, which clearly doesn't matter. Okay? Hereby Kif Coffee, I don't give a crap, dude. This is like really right there by the president apartment. These are nice places, and these are also places where there is actually a lot of tourists, that come to visit and all of that stuff. And these people come and have their park of right here where they do drugs, where they possibly sell drugs. And why would I be saying this besides the fact that I saw people taking drugs and smoking weed and everything? Well, because in the car community, it doesn't matter who you are as long as you like cars and you show up. Okay, there's nothing like an entry fee there. There's nothing like showing like, oh, yo, you need to be this age to get in here. No, you come there, you park off, you find a space, and you chill and you do whatever. And who do we also find at these locations? And I'm being serious. I'm being totally honest. Yes, we find gangsters at these locations as well. Oh my gosh, you're talking about gangsters. Oh my gosh, this guy's ruined the car community. No, I'm not ruining the car community. The car community ruined itself because the car community isn't regulated. I don't really care about being regulated. I understand it's a fab. I understand you're a fan of cars. I understand that even gangsters are fan of cars. But my thing is this. There are gangsters there. Okay? You are in an element that now has become dangerous. With the people that sell drugs are right there. Okay? People that might even decide to talk to you when they want to meet you. Next thing you know, you've made a friend, and the friend is a gangster. You got to be careful when you go out there, people. There's other people here, the children of Cape Town. You have to be careful when you go to these parkovs. These parkovs are not safe. You don't know what type of people are there. Some people be drinking, some people be smoking, some people be doing other things. Next thing you know, there's a roar. Things always get violent. Should I mention canal walk meets? Should I mention waterfront meets? Should I mention the territories that are youngsters fighting over territories? These are youngsters, at least they fighting and throwing stones, okay? Compared to actual gangsters who, yes, use guns and drug people to get their way. These parkovs aren't fully innocent. And it's not the people that are just smoking the drugs. They're not really the problem. They're doing the drugs, but they're not really the violent ones unless they actually are kind of violent. But the fact that gangsters also roll up at these places. And that causes a more dangerous and, it's a more concerned element. That's an element to be concerned about because there are these people that are just coming there. Like, and I understand, like, you can go anywhere you want, but these are criminals. They might not be convicted, but that's because you actually don't know what they've done. But they are criminals. They are part of an illegal organization. In South Africa, it is illegal to be part of an illegal organization. It is illegal to recruit somebody into an illegal organization. The fact that they are gangsters, they should be arrested. The fact that these parkovs have people that come there with drugs to be used at these locations, yeah, they should be arrested. There's been many times where where the police wanted to shut down these parkovs, especially here. Okay, they're saying Karen noises. Karen noises. Dude, you are in one of the most expensive areas in Cape Town. One of the best tourist attractions to come to in Cape Town. And you there spinning your tires every damn Sunday. If I was a resident, I'd be pissed every damn Sunday. And yeah, I would park it off. I would close it down. I would build a gate right over there. Build a gate right over there. Now you can't come in. You gotta pay. You gotta start paying now. I actually think that's a good idea. Make these people pay. If the residents of the location, which is here the president apartment and the Bantry place, and of course here on Alexander Road, if you guys really want to at least have peace and quiet, because you are paying a large amount of money, okay? So I think 7 days a week of quiet is good, not 6 days a week. You should actually go to the ward councillor, ask the ward councillor to put in a petition for you guys for this location here at Seapoint, okay? That in order to park here, this is going to make everybody pissed. In order to park here, you gotta pay, and you get a ticket. You don't just roll in there. You get a ticket. No, you gotta pay. I was like, but it's public parking. Well, there is actually a reason to why you guys are doing this, and it's one parking, by the way. Nobody's really going to worry about one parking that has to be paid for. Those guys will probably go in, but they're going to have to be paying this time. And yeah, we could say if you are not a resident, if you are not a resident of these locations here, then you don't have to. Then if you are not a resident of these locations right here, or in a specific area, then you do not have to pay. Okay? But sadly, look, tourists can pay. I don't care. Okay, at the moment, sorry, tourists. Okay, you're gonna have to pay. Okay, the same for other civilians. You're gonna have to pay. But I'm gonna be honest. That only makes it quiet for these communities. It doesn't really stop the park offs. Now, I don't want to stop the park offs because it's cool. The people showing the cars that they've put money into. Why is Asma called you? The people that show the cars that they put money into and everything. But what I do want to stop is the fact that people involved in illegal organizations, gangs, by the way, it's gangs, come to these places and are not arrested. These get them when they are not expecting. Get them where they want to go and have a good time. Oh, we're gonna go there. Yeah, you get arrested. Come. Let's take a look. Let's pictures, pictures, record. It's like why? Why? The reason is being because you're affiliated with an illegal organization. That already is illegal. So that's already a means for you to be arrested. Okay? The park offs, I said, doesn't have to be stopped. But what needs to be stopped is the fact that there are drugs. The fact that there is weed being sold, obviously, and being used. These people might be saying, this is wrong. You can't be doing it. You stupid. You're a Karen. Yeah, but you guys are the users of drugs. And you guys are the target community. You guys, like these guys put so much money to the cause. They think they the shit. They think they above everything, dude. Dude, you know how much I get paid? I get paid this much, dude. I have like this car. What do you got? I don't care. You a drug addict. Get your mind straight, okay? All those ladies from the athlone, they come there with their V dubs. They want to go here to the park of all these ladies from athlone. You stupid. To everybody who's a parent in athlone. Just so you know, when your ladies go to these transporties, your children are doing drugs. Your children are taking ecstasy, cocaine, and having a trip of their lives there on an ostrich farm. Just so you know, okay? Do you think that they're gonna have these? They're gonna bribe? No, they go in there to listen to music, take drugs, and just trip. That's basically what they're doing. Psychedelics. That's what your children are doing. They taking drugs, going on a trip in the favorite rocket ship, okay, talking to a couple of angels. At least that's what they think. So I don't really want to have the car community disbanded. No, the car community is cool, but there are people in the car community who are drug addicts, and that provides a more worse element because where there are people who use drugs, there are people who sell drugs. And the people who sell drugs might not just be your friend, it could be gangsters. And that's what makes it dangerous, especially at the locations these people will be. That's actually one that I want to talk about. I think the Sunday park-offs, it could be nice, but can it be decent? Okay. Can it not be with drugs? Can't people just talk normally? Talk, be civilized. The older you get, trust me, the more you're going to be like, wow, it was a fun time, but you're gonna say these kids are gonna say it was a fun time, but yeah, I was young. That basically says they regret it because they were young. They could have been doing something else more constructive, and I think that's what people need to do. But you can still you can still be have fun by showing off your car. Okay, it just find a different way. Find one that is more meaningful. Okay, that really adds a benefit to your life. Instead of just going there, standing for a couple of hours, smoking weed and doing other drugs and then coming back sometime in the night and then going off to school, college, or work and thinking, yeah, I had a great weekend. But anyway, I don't know who this guy's profile is. I don't really care. These are just videos that I took from YouTube. I actually did download it, but I saw I didn't have to download it. So I don't know who this guy is. So I don't support the channels. I don't give a crap about the SNJ. I don't know what it means. Okay. But that's just what I wanted to say. The car community in Cape Town, or maybe not just in Cape Town, isn't all that innocent. Okay. They are a lot of drug addicts there and possibly dealers as well. And I think the car community needs to step up. Okay, there are decent people in the car community, and things need to be done correctly. And to be honest, it's got to be more peaceful. Don't go and just make lots of noises. Okay, dude, where's the moment like in Fast and the Furious where they had race wars? Race wars was literally created in that movie. Okay, and then people just had race wars continuously because of Fast and Furious when it came out in the year 2000. In Fast and Furious, it was race wars wasn't like in the city. It was like on a well, it seemed like a road, but it probably was an airstrip. It was on an airstrip where people it's like a long ass airstrip. Look, guys, the planes take turns, but they're on a long ass airstrip because they need to get to a certain speed before they can fly. That's cool. You want to do your stuff like that every Sunday? Car community organize an area like if you want to do it every Sunday, where you guys get to be on an airfield and you can do your races and you can actually show off your cars. Okay, but yeah, you guys got to really police the addicts, the drugs, because even that can ruin something like race wars. But okay, guys, that's enough for me. I think I just gave a massive amount of actually what I think the car community um, is involved in, or what is really, affecting the car community. But yeah, okay. Of course, the areas, man, I just went off on that on everything. But yeah, that's my opinion about the car community here in South Africa. So, guys, if you doesn't matter what age you are, okay, be careful wherever you go. Okay, choose your friends wisely. Okay, and just be responsible. And to be honest, when you are responsible, you'll actually have more fun, and you won't have regrets about anything. Okay, you'll be glad you did things the right way. But okay, that's enough from me. This is Keegan Knox, also on the real KMGH, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.